do a pre-unboxing. Well, it's a pre-unboxing to an unbagging, if you can follow that. These are games I just received from ATO, or Against the Odds magazine. I have quite a few Against the Odds magazines. In fact, I think I'm only half a dozen to at most, well, less than a dozen, so probably about half a dozen games short of having most of them. But I, started acquiring them and playing them before this channel, so I don't think I've ever really done any coverage on that. So this might be the first in this series, with at least more to come based on what's in this priority mailbox here. But ATO has got a it's Bataille Friday, with the black scratched out. It's Bataille Friday at ATO, which is a special that if you buy a certain number of games, they'll send you, I think it goes to December 24th, if they'll give you a free game, a game that's in the La Bataille series, which I think was part of one of their annuals. If you're not familiar with ATO, they're a regular war game magazine, kind of like Strategy and Tactics and the like. However, they have an annual that come out. So if you subscribe, you're going to get 4 issues, and then you can also subscribe to get the annual as well. So you'll get 4 issues plus an annual, which is usually a kind of a deluxe edition game. And what they're doing here is, I think they got pieces for the game that came in one of their annuals, and you'll get that. And it's I think a more simplified or easier La Bataille game. It's kind of an entry point, I guess, into that series. Plus, you'll get Day of Infamy, which is a Pearl Harbor war game. And then of course they're notorious for their, or known, not necessarily notorious, but known for their postcard games, which I've had several of those as well. So let's get in here and see what I picked. Your mileage, your picks may vary, and love to know in the comments what did, if you guys went for this, what did you choose? What do you think about this? I generally like Against the Odd games. Again, a soft spot for me is battles that are not covered as often or at all. And so Against the Odds really does that. Also, they have kind of, their theme is against the odds. So they pick battles usually where there's an underdog, and that underdog is going to maybe win the day. So they, not all, I don't know if all their battles have that, but quite a fair number of them kind of have some of that theme to them. The magazine's good. The maps are good. The games are generally good. I mean, the downside on Against the Odds is I've never been a huge fan of their counters. Now, they give nice thick counters, but man, they have nibs, and I'm not a counter cunter, or counter clipper, I should say. I do a little bit, but not a whole lot. And some of their earlier titles really needed that. So this is what I decided to pick out. Operation Ichi-Go, Japan's massive 1944 offensive across China. Again, World War II in Asia, outside of the United States Pacific operations. The China type operations not covered as much, and so I thought this would be an interesting game to pick up. And I'm not going to do the unbagging here, but teaser, more to come. But this is, ATO, they come in a magazine. Another kind of downside to their war games are the magazine, the rules are stapled inside. So you have to unstaple this, or at least pull some of the staples up, pull out the rules. They're generally in the middle so that they come out cleanly. But then you got to redo the staples, or push them back down, and then you've got an unstapled rules. Because I keep the rules separate. I pull the rules out, put them along with the counters bagged and the map in like a clear envelope, and then I put the magazine up on the shelf with the other magazine. So this was Ichi-Go. Picked up Almost a Miracle. This is the Revolutionary War in the North. This looked interesting because it looked somewhat of a more strategic type game. And Matching Tarleton's Court, I wonder if that's the war in the South. So this looked interesting to me, and decided to pick this one up. The Revolutionary War there is coverage of the American Revolutionary War, but again, it's not as covered as World War II, especially at a strategic level. So pick this one up. You can see some of the map there. So it's going to be an area movement or area control type situation there. Then I picked up Rome Inc. One of the reasons for this one is, this is nominated, got more than one nominations for the 2021 Charles S. Roberts Awards. Plus it's solitaire, so it's ancient, it's solitaire, and it's nominated for the awards. Now, the current Charles S. Roberts Awards, or at least the ones for 2021, are nomination by you all. It's public nomination, and then there's a public vote. That, I believe, is going to change. So here, this is not raising that to have any kind of point of debate, but just saying how they came about. But this one got quite a bit of attention, and I believe got quite a few votes even at the voting stage, which is just finished last week. So this is something that I was kind of interested in. This one looks like it's kind of a point to point, and it's probably more, as you see, Treasury chart. This is probably more of a political and economic game than just a straight war game, because this is dealing with Rome Inc. So it's got the impression that you're running Rome as a business of sorts there. So picked up that one. This is the postcard that I selected for. You can pick your postcard. This is Barring the Gates. This is the Battle of Hougoumont during Battle of Waterloo, and if you're not familiar with their postcard games, they're postcards, right? So the rules are on one side, you've got a map on the other side, and you have the counters that you have to cut out. However, ATO is giving, for selected board postcards, when you select them, they give you a counter sheet. So this will be, I believe this should be the counter sheet for this, and it looks like I think it is. Yeah, and so they give you actually mounted counters, which is kind of nice for this postcard games. They've been doing that for several years now. They didn't always do that, but they've been doing that for several years now. So that's the postcard game, which is Hougoumont, and then this is Day of Infamy. This is the Pacific, or the Battle of Pearl Harbor in the Pacific during World War II. This is kind of an advertisement for that. So, and I think this is part of their. They have this series called like Black Swans, which are kind of one-off games. They're not games that aren't magazine games. They might have came with a magazine game, maybe an annual issue or something like that. But they have their own selection of kind of standalone games that are usually a little less complex than their typical magazine game. So this was interesting. There's not a lot of games on Pearl Harbor. I know that, is it Legion or Revolution? I think it's Legion. Legion, I think, is coming out with a Pearl Harbor game. But this is not something that, it's in a lot of operational and strategic World War II Pacific games. There's an event for Pearl Harbor, but to have something that covers just the battle itself, not as much out there. So wanted to pick that one up. That one kind of came as part of that offering. And then this was the annual 2013 La Bataille version of a game. You can see here you got the counters. You have small hex. Yeah, those are a little bit smaller hexes than normal there. But this is just the components. This isn't the full annual from 2013. So this is going to be the rules, the counters, and of course you see the map here. And it's dealing with this action, and I'll completely butcher this. Vauchamps or I'm not even going to try because this is, I haven't had any coffee and this is way early in the morning for me. Anyway, this is, again, my understanding is kind of a more of an introductory to the La Bataille system, or a good entry point, maybe that's a better way to say it. So if you meet the requirements, which I think is like over $95 worth of games or something like that, you'll get this free. You'll get the Day of Infamy. You always get to pick a postcard. So all this one just came free as part of the deal, and then I picked out these games here for my selection, because what I picked, they have this other deal where you can pick 3 of their back issue games for $95, so that will meet your requirement to get the free games. But you can slice it and dice it however you want there. But the 3 for $95 is usually a pretty good deal there. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. Love to know if any of you picked up on the Against the Odds deal to get the free stuff. This deal is going on till December 24th. So there's still time if you want to look into that. And what do you think? What if you did? What did you get? And if you're interested in it, what are you thinking about? And if you're just that kind of person that likes to talk trash, what do you think about my selections? Did I make the wrong choice? However, I mean, I have quite a few of the other Against the Odds, so if you're saying I should have got something else, I probably have it. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Love to know your thoughts, comments, likes, dislikes, whatever is on your mind. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate that. Best way I know you stopped by is drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this deal, or about Against the Odds game in general. That's always fair game. If you don't like magazine games or don't like Against the Odds games, that's fine as well. Against the Odds, I believe, too, was a nominee for the Charles S. Roberts as War Game Magazine. And it's Almost a Miracle might have been a previous nominee. I'd have to go back and check on that. So anyway, there you have it. Thanks again, and have a good one. Thanks for watching.